Today we are going to hear a beautiful story by the Spirit André Luiz from the book Missionaries of the Light, psychographed by Chico Xavier. I would like to learn more about reincarnation, said the curious Dr. André Luiz. Alexandre, a spiritual friend, said, "Then let's go see a reincarnation." "Great," said the doctor, as they went on their way to find a little house. The two of them were happily flying, and they went through thick yellow walls. Inside the house, they looked for a friend, Segismundo. Alexandre found Segismundo crying. The three of them started to talk. Next to them, there was a family sitting at the table. Dad was wearing a tie and quiet. Mom had a pretty dress on, and her young son sitting in the middle. Leaning against the table, there was the spirit of Segismundo. He had curly hair, hands down. He was looking disappointed and very sad. As he said, "I won't be able to be born. It is not working. Daddy is very angry." "Stay calm," Alexandre said with kindness. "I'll help you. But have good thoughts. Your good thoughts are important to have good energy. Don't be sad. Cheer up." Then Alexandre started to fly and released some spiritual fluids on the little son's head. And the boy had the idea to say a prayer. "Mom, can I say a prayer?" "Sure." The little boy spoke loudly. "Dear God, my daddy is angry and sad, and I want to ask you to help him so he will be calm and happy. Thank you, God." Now, Daddy and Mommy were alone. Daddy came closer to Mommy. He was happier after the prayer. At that moment, Segismundo came closer to Daddy. He really wanted to be his son. Alexandre was also there to help with Segismundo's reincarnation. Next, Mom loudly called her son and told him that Dad liked his prayer and that he should say more prayers in the evenings. What a joy for the whole family. The three spirits were now alone and pleased. Alexandre and André Luiz happily approached Segismundo and talked about how important prayer was. As time went by, the sky got darker. The stars began to shine. Mom had made the bed. It had Mommy's side and Daddy's side of the bed. They were waiting for their son to join them to say one more beautiful prayer before going to bed. The spirit of the grandmother, who died a long time ago, arrived in the room. She knew it was time to pray as all of them entered the room. Alexandre entered first with Segismundo and the Dr. André Luiz. The boy then said his prayer, asking God to bless his father. Going to his room, kissing his mom and daddy's good night. Then Segismundo was taken somewhere else. André and Alexandre were taking care of him, and the grandmother was also there to help. Segismundo was lying down. Alexandre asked him to imagine he was getting smaller. So they all dispersed spiritual fluids on him to help him to get smaller. And look what happened. Segismundo was surrounded by that fluid. He began to shrink and lose his shape. Soon, he became the size of a baby. But he needed to be even smaller. So everyone prayed really hard for him, so he would become the size of a tiny ball. And he did. Alexandre put his little ball on Grandma's lap. Then they took it to Mommy and Daddy's room. Grandma handed it over to Alexandre because he knew what to do. So Alexandre came very close to Mommy and placed Sigismundo, who was now the size of a tiny ball, right in her belly, with the help of lots of spiritual fluids and prayer. Sigismundo then connected to Mommy's belly. When Mommy and Daddy awoke and were up, she said, "I think I'm pregnant. Maybe we will have another little boy. What a joy for our family!" And another baby would be born. Time went by, and Mommy's belly grew bigger and bigger and really big. She was taken to the doctor. Daddy was alone. Daddy was allowed to see the baby being born. Then, as Mommy was laying down, the spirits approached. They wanted to see the birth of Sigismundo. The doctor made a small cut in her belly to be able to pull the baby out. Through the opening, he began to pull the baby's head, and soon he was born. The baby's little cry made Daddy very emotional. Then the family was very happy. The eldest son said, "It's a baby boy, Mommy! I have a little brother!" What a joy! The family grew and all the spirits were there to help Sigismundo.